Attention to the front of the formation, where Major General Beninati will address our future soldiers and administer the oath of enlistment.
Young men and women, thank you for what you are about to do, and thanks to your families. You're about to do something that less than 1% of the American population will do, and that's to serve the United States military. You're about to make great personal sacrifices so that your fellow citizens, the people that you have never met, sometimes in foreign lands and our friends, can live in peace and freedom. You're joining a values-based organization that has a proud history and heritage that we're celebrating here today. We welcome you into that ranks and into a family that you'll always be a part of. You know what the right thing to do is. Just do it. Do not let your fellow citizens down. Now, if I can ask you to please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the officers that are appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, soldiers.
Congratulations to these future soldiers and their families. It is said a way to a soldier's heart is often through their stomach. Let's get to that task with our Army birthday cake. Our dining facility here at Fort Eustis went above and beyond in preparing our cake this evening, and everyone in the crowd will be welcome to sample their work. At this time, our youngest enlisted soldier, Private Marino, and our youngest commissioned officer, First Lieutenant Mora, are stepping forward to join Major General Beninati, who happens to be the oldest soldier here today, in cutting the cake for the Army's 243rd birthday. And as we get ready for that, please join the TRADOC band in singing Happy Birthday to our United States Army. I think we can now declare the cake cut. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our future soldiers and their families. And at this time, please welcome back to the stage the Commander and Conductor of the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command Band, Major Randy Bartell.
Well, I'll ask you a question. Are you glad you came tonight? What do you think about this band? I've got to tell you, they think pretty highly of you yourself. Band, I think we owe them a standing ovation for being here tonight. We appreciate everything that you guys do to support us. This certainly takes a village to support events like this, and we appreciate everyone's support. Certainly appreciate our host, Major General Paul Beninati, for all his support he does for us each and every day. Our Gold Star family members for being with us tonight and many nights throughout the summer. The 733rd Mission Support Group, commanded by Colonel Bull Clayton, we appreciate his support. He even gave us a huge shout out this morning to the troops and all his staff. Very, very supportive, and we appreciate them very much. The Boy Scout Troop 45, led by First Sergeant Nick Burney, and they had a couple scouts moved from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts this evening. We appreciate that. The Resolute Dining Facility, Ms. Nina Basantes, Fort Eustis MWR, Ms. Sheila Logan, Daily Press, Virginia Gazette, Mr. Greg Wade, 633rd Air Base Wing, Public Affairs, Sergeant First Class Jeffrey Johnson and the U.S. Army Recruiting Center, Newport News. Our Classic Car Cruise-Ins by Virginia Peninsula Classic Car Club, among others. We thank you all for your support each and every week. We have a lot of guests on stage. I'm just going to have them all stand. Can you help me thank them for their time for coming out with us, and appreciate all our guests. Please stand. They're on stage. I'll point out our guest tubist. You saw him a little bit earlier, Colonel Retired Tom Palmatier. The Colonel was my last commanding officer while we were both at the United States Army Band in Washington, D.C. He is now in my tuba section. I told him this is a very interesting turn of events we have at the moment. Their final performance with our TRADOC Band, as the General was mentioning a bit earlier. Heading to the 82nd Airborne Division Band, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, are Sergeant First Class Darren Siegert and Specialist Aubrey Granner. Heading to the 101st Airborne Division Band at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Staff Sergeant Tiffany Woods. Off to U.S. Army Japan Band, Camp Zama, Japan, Sergeant Ryan McDonald and Sergeant Lacey Szymanski. Off to our 282nd Army Band in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Sergeant Clay Parler. Heading out to the 10th Mountain Division Band, Fort Drum, New York, Specialist Peter Smith and Staff Sergeant Peter Cardell. And finally, I hope we have all of them, heading to our 8th Army Band at Camp Humphreys, South Korea, Sergeant Karina Nunez-Hedrick and Sergeant Quentin Hedrick. As always, if you'd like to know more about us, our future events, about Army music, we invite you to visit us on Facebook or Twitter at TRADOC Band or our website, tradocband.com. Please always leave us a comment. We love to read those comments. Finally, we hope you can come back to the 28th this month. We're going to title that theme that week of American Picnic Basket. Our Shore Groove Rock Band will be on stage right here at Magnolia Park. You, our audience, are responsible for increasing attendance last year at this series by almost 40%. So your present will be a few more opportunities this summer to see the concert series. Is that okay? I think we've got one or two more in us tonight, and I hope to see you all after the concert. Thank you and so much.
We now honor our armed forces with the songs of each branch of the military. If you are a veteran, active duty or reserve, or are a family member, please stand and be recognized when your service song is played. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Armed Forces Salute.